guitar video. Not all of these have been lessons, I've realized. Some of them is just like me playing and having fun. But anyways, what's YouTube for? If you like it, you know, stick around, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I did want to come on here today and actually talk a little bit about, like, you know, some lesson stuff. I did a video yesterday about my packet because I have just updated everything and I totally just redid my website, so you can actually just go on there, and if you like type in your email address and send me that, then you can just download the entire packet right off of the website. So what I wanted to start doing, I don't know if I'm going to do one every day, but I'm going to start going through some of the materials in the packet here on this YouTube channel. So the first page of that packet is just pentatonic scales in all of their inversions. And I'm going to preface this because I learned something really cool about pentatonic scales while I was studying, which was this. What is a pentatonic scale? Pentatonic just means 5-note scale. So you could literally choose any 5 notes and repeat them in all octaves all over the neck, and those are technically pentatonic scales, and you could be a master of those pentatonic scales and not know any of the traditional pentatonic scales. But that said, what I've done is the traditional music theory pentatonic scale, which is basically, and there's kind of a relative major minor thing going on there, but I have it starting from the minor key. But if you go from minor, it's 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7. Those are your scale degrees. If you're doing major, I think it's easier to think in major. It's 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So like from a major scale, that'd be like do, re, mi, sol, fa. So there's no like sol, la. There's no fa, there's no ti. So that said, here's what the shape is. I'm going to kind of show the shape below while I play this thing. But the first one goes like this, and I'm going to keep it in A, just for the sake of not having any flats or sharps when we say like note names, if we decide to do any of those. So, the key of A, here's your first root note. 1, 4 on the low string. 1, 3. 1, 3. Then another 1, 3. 1, 4, and 1, 4 at the end. 2 1 4s. Then anything you do forwards, you do backwards. When you practice these, you won't go that fast. You'll go really, really slowly. I think the key is to make sure that your notes are really clean. And there's a thing that happens on the guitar, and it's practicing it in this position is going to kind of force you to master a few of these things. But number one is this. Thicker strings that are on the bottom, they're going to be louder. So you should play them softer with your pick. And then strings on the higher side of the guitar, they're thinner strings. They're going to be softer. You should try and attack those a little bit more. You know what I mean? So you want everything to be really even volume. Right? So then when I go back there, it's the same volume, roughly. You know, so I'm just gentler with the pick on the bottom. It's just it'll even things out when you practice it. There's one more thing about this scale too. When you reach fret 7, I think it has to do with the fact of like there's a harmonic, a very strong harmonic at fret 7. There is one at fret 5 too. I just don't notice much of a volume difference at fret 5, but I notice at fret 7 and at fret 12. The notes get significantly louder when you play them through an amp. I'm not sure if it's overtone series or what it is, to be exact. If anybody knows, please leave me a comment. I'd love to know more about why this is. But I've just noticed notes are louder between 7 and 11 than they are between like 0 and 6. And then they're louder again after fret 12 because, again, you hit that other harmonic. I think it's because you hit the harmonic, and then they're just louder after that. So I think there's a reason, like, we save those high notes in our solos for later is because, like, we want that to be the peak. We want that to be the climax. So, you know, playing things above the 12th fret will absolutely get you there. Anyways, that's it. I digress a little bit. But I think the key, you know, on this is to keep everything same volume and same tone. You know, same kind of tone feelings to it. So I get a little louder as I get up the strings. And I might practice like different versions of that. But really, I think the main thing that you want to do on this is get the sound in your head. People get locked into this shape, and you know, you see guitar players play this shape for their entire lives and they get locked in the box. So here's how to not do that when you learn this, is to learn how to sing it in your, at least in your mind. And that way what you can do is now you can go here and just on one string, you can sound out that same scale. Everything is going to be either 3 frets away or 2 frets away. That's my hint that I'll give to you here. There's only 5 notes, really 6 if you want to like repeat the octave, but right, there's your first note, then 3 frets away, 2 frets away, 2 more frets away, 3 frets here, and then 2, you're at your octave. And you can repeat 3 frets, right? But honestly, beyond there, it doesn't totally matter that much. Now, here's what you just did by figuring that out. If you see the rest of the inversions on this page, you figured out where each one of those shapes start to keep all of your notes the same to A minor pentatonic. So essentially, you've learned how to work your way up the neck here. So there's your second scale shape. I'll blast that on the bottom corner right there. But now you can see, if I start that shape from that note, it's the same scale starting starting from the second note instead of the first note. So I can start to connect them. This is also my relative major, so if I was in the key of C major, this would be, great as well. I always thought it sounded like My Girl. In fact, that's a great way to learn this scale as well, is if you can just remember that the pentatonic scale is the beginning lick in My Girl, and then practice playing it that way. Right, and then you can, again, play all those same positions from here. And then you can also connect that to the previous position. I know the last one sounded kind of minory and this sounds kind of majory, but really the only difference is that I'm focusing on this note, the second note. That's my relative major note. So if I play the same thing and connect it. You can really connect all that stuff. So from there, it's actually just the same way walking up. So when you get to the third note, that's your third position. I'm going to go over the fingering on that one because I find it's a little tricky. Some people will go like, how do you make that stretch? So we'll talk about that right here. Here's how I do it. I start with my first finger on this one. And yes, there's going to be a note that goes down here, and there's also going to be a note up here where my pinky's at now. So I kind of need to span like 5 frets. So here's how I do that without stressing my fingers out or stressing my hands out. Root, I'm sorry, not root, but first finger, third finger, first finger, third finger, first finger, third, I'm sorry, first finger, and then when your third finger would go, I'm going to scrunch my hand together and put my pinky there. That allows me to move this down and get this other note. Root, I'm sorry, first finger, then pinky, then I scrunch back up, scrunch my hand back together. So there's no stretching out that you need to do. You can just scrunch your hand. And then I'm back in position. There are some times where I might change that fingering around, like if I'm doing this. Like that, and I don't need that note, then yeah, I'm going to use my third finger there instead of my pinky. It's just about like using your hand in the most economical way to get the sound that you're looking for. Now if I know that I need to switch, then yeah, I'm going to switch. And sometimes I do this. Right, so that's like definitely a totally different fingering than what I have there, but it works for the lick that I want to play. And I switched into that fourth position there, but that's what it is. Scrunch, scrunch back. You can do that as well if that's comfortable. For me, like if I'm just playing single notes, it's a little more stress than I want to put on my hands. I'm always trying to save my hands. I want to be able to play till I'm like 90 years old. So I try to just do this there and then stretch the hand out. Cool. So then from there, 2, 3, 4. Here's my fourth position. And this fingering is just a little different. 1, 4, 1, 4. 1, 3, 1, 3. 2, 4, 1, 4. So relatively easy compared to the last one. And then there's your fifth. 3, 4, 5. Here, I start with my 2 finger. Just to keep everything like really nice and locked in. And again, it depends on what I'm doing. Sometimes I do like this. And I connect the fifth scale back to the first scale again. Whatever, it is what it is. It's again about like the fingering economy. So if that's the music that you're playing and you don't need to, position your hand in some funny way to get it all out, then that's fine. I'm just telling you how to get all the notes in this position where they are. And again, I would always like practice these, get the sound in your head, and then use your best judgment on connecting. But anyways, that said, I start on my 2 finger to get the whole shape, and then I do 2 4 2 4 1 4 1 4 back to 2 4 2 4 2 4. So this one's cool because it's completely symmetrical shape. Right? 2 4 2 4 1 4 1 4 2 4 2 4. It's like a mirror image. But that said, that's all 5 shapes. I hope that helps. I'm going to go ahead and play myself out. Have a great Wednesday, great rest of your week, and I'll see you tomorrow.